Cookery Grade 10, First Quarter, Lesson 1, Learning Outcome Number 1. Our topic is Physical Structure and Composition of Eggs. After knowing the needed tools and equipment needed in the preparation of egg dishes and on how to clean and sanitize them after each use, the next consideration is to know what makes up an egg and appreciate other things about egg. Physical structure and composition of egg. We normally distinguish three parts of an egg: the shell, the egg white, and the egg yolk. But a closer scrutiny reveals a much more detailed structure of an egg. The physical structure and composition of egg. First is the shell. The egg's outer covering, the shell, accounts for about 9 to 12% of its total weight depending on egg size. The shell is the egg's first line of defense against bacterial contamination. The shell is produced by the shell gland or the uterus of the oviduct and has an outer coating, the bloom or cuticle. The cuticle somewhat seals the pores and is useful in reducing moisture. Number 2, the air cell, the egg's outer air cell. This is the empty space between the white and the shell at the large end of the egg, which is barely existent in newly laid egg. When an egg is first laid, it is warm. As it cools, the contents contract and the inner shell membrane separate from the outer shell membrane to form the air cell. Number 3 is the albumen or the egg white. The albumen, also called egg white, accounts for most of an egg's liquid weight, about 67%. This is produced by the oviduct and consists of 4 alternating layers of thick and thin consistencies, composed of thin and thick albumen. Next is the chalaza. This is the rupee strands of egg white at both sides of the egg, which anchor the yolk in the place in the center of the thick white. They are sometimes mistaken for egg imperfections or beginning embryos, which of course they are not. The twist in the chalaza is meant to keep the germinal disc always on top, whichever way the egg may turn. The more prominent the chalaza, the fresher is the egg. Next is the germinal disc. This is the entrance of the latebra, the channel leading to the center of the yolk. The germinal disc is barely noticeable as a slight depression of the surface of the yolk. When the egg is fertilized, sperm enter by the way of the germinal disc, travel to the center, and a chick embryo starts to form. Since stable eggs are not fertilized, this is not as easy to recognize as when the egg is fertilized. Next are the membranes. There are 2 kinds of membranes, one just under the shell and the other covering the yolk. These are the shell membrane and the vitelline membrane. Just inside the shell are the 2 shell membranes, the inner and the outer. The air cell formed due to the contraction of eggs as it cools. It found between the 2 layers of the shell membrane. The outer membrane sticks to the shell while the inner membrane sticks to the albumen. During the storage, the egg loses water by evaporation, causing the air cell to enlarge. The vitelline membrane is the covering that protects the yolk from breaking. The vitelline membrane is weakest at the germinal disc and tends to become more fragile as the egg ages. Every cook has experienced that the yolk of eggs that are no longer fresh easily breaks. And lastly, the yolk. The yolk, or the yellow to yellow-orange portion, makes up about 33% of the liquid weight of the egg. The egg yolk is formed in the ovary. The yolk material serves as food source for embryonic development. It contains all the fat in the egg and a little less than half of the protein. The main protein in the egg yolk is the vitelline and a lipoprotein. It has also contained phosphate, which is high in phosphorus and has antioxidant properties, and levitin, which is high in sulfur. Here are the composition of an egg. Whole egg, 65.5% water, 11.8% protein, 11% fat, and 11.7% ash. Albumin, 88% water, 11% protein, 0.2% fat, and 0.8% ash. For the yolk, 48% water, 17.5% protein, 32.5% fat, and 2.0% ash. Nutritive value of egg. Egg is indeed one of the nature's complete food. It contains high-quality protein with all essential amino acids, all of the vitamins except vitamin C, and many minerals. Egg products are particularly good for fortifying food low in protein quality. Except for the mother's milk, egg provides the best protein naturally available. Egg protein is often used as reference standard for biological values of their proteins. The following are the egg nutrient chart. The following are the egg nutrient chart. The egg quality. Egg quality has two general components. The shell quality or the exterior quality, which has direct influence on microbiological quality. The other one is the interior egg quality. The interior egg quality has direct bearing on the functional properties of eggs, while shell quality has direct influence on microbiological quality. Egg grading. Grading is a form of quality control used to classify eggs for exterior and interior quality. In the Philippines, the grade designations are A, B, C, and D. Egg size. Several factors influence the size of the egg: the breed, the age of hen, weight, feed, and environmental factors. Native chickens have smaller eggs than commercial breeds. Some commercial breeds have bigger eggs than others. Of the same breed, new layers tend to have smaller eggs compared to older hens. Pullets that are significantly underweight at sexual maturity will also produce smaller eggs. Better fed hen may lay larger eggs than underfed ones. The environmental factors that lead to smaller eggs are heat, stress, and overcrowding. The egg sizes are jumbo, extra large, large, medium, small, and peewee. Medium, large, and extra large are the sizes commonly available. The following are the egg size classification. The following are the Philippine standard of quality for chicken eggs. Egg quality. The appearance of the egg as influenced by severity of defects is important for consumer appeal. Egg shells are evaluated on the basis of cleanliness, shape, texture, and soundness. The unit for describing egg freshness based on the thickness of the albumen is called Ho unit with a symbol of HU, named before Raymond Ho in 1937. A time to remember. This is Maylene Huliganga. Thank you for watching.